morning, afternoon, or evening. What is up? My name is Maarten. Thank you for watching this live stream. We're 4 minutes late, and I don't like that because I'm Dutch, so usually I'm on time as my friends because they know if we're talking about like nostalgic stories. Sadly enough, I tried to set up a broadcaster on YouTube, but it didn't really work out the way that I wanted to. So sadly enough, we'll just have to do it again with the normal way of Google Hangout. The quality is somehow also today somewhere lower probably for most of you guys because the internet here today is at upload 7 megabytes or something, and no wait, download 7 megabytes and upload 0.7 megabytes per second. Okay, so it's not that fast. Got a cup of coffee here, got Ilona here, of course, because Ilona is always here wherever I am. I'm pulling your hair. You should cut your hair like here, so I can do like this without wondering.
I'll do that.
No, you don't. No. Ah, isn't it warm right now?
No, they're wet. This is not done yet.
I'm looking.
You see?
Yeah, I see it right there. Anyway, today we were supposed to be talking about like stories that we did in the past because, sorry, I promised Ilona not to run off again, but I have to grab something already. Good afternoon. What's up? Ilona, you can run off later if you want to. Oh, forgot. I'm sorry. You also want it? No. We don't even have one viewer yet. That's not normal actually for us. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna pop up a picture first because I downloaded a picture that I wanted to share with you guys that I found. It's already as a thumbnail as well, but Ilona found it actually on my Facebook timeline, and I wanted to show you guys because the gift that I got this week in a vlog for my friends, it contained a bottle, and it was a bottle of Yeltsin. And I'm trying to show you a picture right now, but somehow this laptop is not doing what we want to. What does it say? Please.
You cannot do that.
Why can't I not open it? I just opened it. Okay, and now it is not open anymore. This laptop, this is Windows 10, and I'm not still not used to Windows 10 somehow. Probably it's my fault. I don't know. Oh, I'm pushing buttons all over the place, by the way. Sorry, guys. The chat is right here as well, so if you have anything to say, let us know. So right here we have a picture, and I'm going to share it with you guys right now. Where is it? It doesn't show up as an open. Okay, I'll just open it like this. We'll have 2 screens for 1 second, but that's okay. So there's a screen. I'm sharing it now. You see? Whoa, Inception. This picture here. This is a picture of me when I was just over 18, I guess. And all my friends already had a driving license, and I was sitting together with Sebastian, or also known as Buppy. We used to love to drink the bottle that we were holding, Yeltsin. And now my friends from the Netherlands, they are so good to send me another bottle, or to send us another bottle. Ilona also liked it, as far as I know, because actually you almost fell asleep after 1 glass.
Yeah, but then I had a horrible night.
Ilona had a horrible night. I didn't have a horrible night. I slept very well. It is, it's not that much alcohol that's in there, actually. I do not like. Listen, I'm not promoting to drink alcohol. It's just I'm telling you about my nostalgic story that I used to drink a lot. But this one is 18% full, and it's not that much. It's just 700 ml or 70 centiliters. And to be honest, this stuff is just super tasty. Right now I have it cold, and we're gonna have one just as a nostalgic thing. We used to sit on the back of our car, or actually Douwe, which is one of my best buddies, just like Mark, who came over the other time in the vlog, as you also might know. We would go with about 12 to 15 guys and girls, and sometimes more actually. We would all gather up at the industry, at a parking lot on the industry, And some people would say, like, what is fun about that? Well, for some people, not at all. But for us, it was. We were laughing, we were joking. Before that, we took an entire, we would gather there at the industry, where there are like a lot of companies there. It's a big parking lot for big trucks. So there was a lot of space, and we would gather up. Come join me next to me.
It's warm. I don't want to sit next to you. I'm fine and comfy.
I'm hot. Eh? So we would gather all up on the industry there, and we would wait for everybody to get there. If someone was late, like we were like, screw it. And it was always like 9, or depending if it was weekend or not. But during the week, it was pretty much every time at 9 o'clock, you could ensure that someone was there at the industry. And then we would drive all together. In the weekends, we would drive to Kaufland, because that's where you can buy this stuff. And we would buy a nice big bottle of Yeltsin, and Sebastian would buy a big bottle of Gold Strike, that's also liquor, or beers, or raki. It was always strong liquor. And then also, of course, the department of snacks, which I also showed. I cannot show you anymore because we ate that pretty much. Well, yeah. You also had 2 sausages, some zwiebelringen, and you ate your liver. Yeah. But I ate the sausages. So yeah, that's and then we would go there and we would have an amazing evening, because we would go back to the industry and of course drink and laugh and have music. And Dawa had like a big ass subwoofer in the back of his car, and we were not bothering anybody. The police came over so many times. Actually, the first spot that we had, it was at the parking lot of one of the guys that was working there at a company that he was working at. Because Jeremy, he was always working for a very long time, together with Harry after a long time as well. They were working at a deep freezing company that had like ice creams and potato chips and all that. Yeah, but they had like storages. In summer, they were allowed to, like, if they had like dropped a pallet, like a Euro pallet of ice creams, like lollipops or popsicles, and they would drop it, they could, like, if a box was broken, they could not send it back anymore, and they would write it off as like whatever. And sometimes they had boxes or bags with potato fries and boxes with ice cream and everything that they just would write off. Anyway, you can go there again, but McCain, actually, it was McCain potato fries as well. And so we used to have some ice cream there as well, in summer only. But because he was working there, he asked also his boss, like, do you mind if we stand here, if we don't make too much trouble? And no, not a problem. And actually, they put a big oil barrel for us there to put all the garbage in that we collected, because, well, of course, you also have a lot of garbage. And there was enough space also to do a little bit of malaguis, a little bit of bullshit around there with the cars. And we would have a lot of fun on the parking lot, listen to music. And then when it got later and later and later, we would get into the cars again and drive very nicely. By the way, no drinking and driving. Always, every time, the guys that were driving, they were not drinking. And I'm so happy actually about that. They would never like touch a bottle even. Okay. Not even a beer. Well, okay, except for one after a while, but I'm not going to name any names. Of our friends, we all know who it was. And the fun thing is that when we got then in the car, we drove to McDonald's and there to the parking lot. We were those kind of guys, you know. Then go to McDonald's and stand there for about an hour, get like dirty ass nasty stuff to eat. And if we were still in the mood, then we would go to parties. And it was cool to go to. It was like a discotheque, but it was like 7 or 8 different areas within that place. It was an old barn or an old farm actually, and they rebuilt it to a big discotheque. And it was cool. A lot of people came there, and if you then came in with a group of 20 guys and girls, or more, or less, or whatever, you were always ensured of having an amazing evening. So, yeah, that's one of the nostalgic stories that actually came with the Yeltsin, with the glass of drink that my guys brought over or sent over. And that's what I do miss sometimes, of course. That's also when the bottle came in, I was like, yeah.
I was never into drinks.
Yeah, I don't think that they can hear you.
I was never into drinks.
No, but you are now. You're alcoholic.
Yeah. That's not true. And that's
no, but you drink now.
Yeah, 1 glass of wine.
And you also said that when you went dancing or something with George, you'd also drink.
Yes, but I was never into drink. I was always sitting somewhere with nice view and chatting.
That's boring.
No, no.
Come on. Yeah. No, I mean for the live stream, like, okay.
Well, I'm sorry, I was not drinking.
No, but you were dancing.
Yeah.
You were going out.
Yes.
Yes, I'm not talking about the drinking that much. I'm just saying that this was my favorite drink. Like, we got 2 viewers. I say hi. I don't know if you're there, but I say hi. I say hello, and you say goodbye. Hello, hello.
And Durek is just great.
No, Durek is. No, Durek is. The cat is just rambling around. So again, we're a little bit late for the live stream, but we're gonna have a nice evening. Probably not as long as the other ones because it's really becoming very long. Also, outside right now, it is like dark already. It is super dark. It is cloudy. It is rainy. It is going to be.
It smells nice.
Cooler, actually. Yeah, that's true. It smells nice.
It is nice.
So if you have any nostalgic stories, like hit us up in the comments and just say something. What else? What else do I have? Whoa, there are so many stories. Also, the one that I told you, I also told in the vlog. When was it? Yesterday about B&B.
Yeah, the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes.
I also said in that one that I like cut my hair short, and I don't know if I should be that proud about it. How do I open
I
Instagram?
really did not like that haircut. When I first met you, you had your hair so short. Ew. Sorry.
I know. I actually, when I was in Karditsa, I cut my hair very short, and I'm going to try to show you guys again. But somehow it doesn't want to pick that screen every time. So we're going to do the Inception way again. Ta-da! We're going to show you, this is me here on the side, taking a beautiful, gorgeous selfie at almost, well, how old was I? 21 years old or something. Yeah, I must have been 20, 21. Yeah, oh yeah, because I rented the car and I did not have 3 years my driving license. That was a stupid thing as well.
I did not like that.
No, you didn't like the haircut. Neither. Okay, I didn't have it always, but I used to be very short shaved, and now it's actually again very short on the sides. But you like it when you do like that?
When you do like that, nice. But I think like that, no. Yeah, okay, but no.
It is nice. I like it when it's like all short again, and it's definitely for summer. It also makes me look a little bit younger again somehow because I think that the long haircut, yeah.
No, it makes me feel younger, but it's short and long is the same. I think. No?
It makes me feel fresher anyway. Doesn't matter. Again, write something in the comment if you're watching. Just say hi or whatever. We like it.
Hi or whatever.
Exactly, hi or whatever. What else? Or maybe do we have the wrong chat open? I don't know. We'll just check it out right now. We're gonna go to our live stream event for a second. Drop the entire bitrate probably on this live stream. It's okay, man. It's okay. Now we're gonna see ourselves. Oh, see. No. Pause. Yes, Donald. Man, Donald, I have you on Twitter right now. I've never seen someone tweet so much about Flutter. It's crazy. So yeah, more stories. Wait, close this, make that bigger, and set it to the size of blind people.
Oh, come on.
What would you do every evening?
I would go to my best friend's house.
Yeah.
We would sit in the balcony because she had an amazing view. You could see over all the city and beyond. It was very nice. We would have café. Yeah.
In the evening?
Yep. We would have some coffee and we'll just chat.
Yeah, we chatted as well, but we were just a lot of guys together and having fun.
That was only on Saturday night that we would go outside, and usually I would go with George because I was the only one from my company that was allowed to stay for long, until late. And I would go with George or we would go to clubs and stuff. But I would prefer chatting than clubbing.
Maybe my entire friend group was more like aimed all the time towards going out having a fun drink, whatever, but every evening, right? Especially in summer. It was like during the week as well. When guys came back from work, the first thing that I would do, was like they drive home, but before they drive home and eat, they first pass for a second by the industry just to check if we were standing there. That's how far it went. We didn't even need to text a lot of times. We just knew that when we are going there, that's our spot. But when later other guys started coming there as well, that became a problem, because then they like stole our spot and they start making a mess as well around. They like build a fire in the oil drum where we collected our garbage, and they would really throw a lot of garbage around there. Anyway, that's the thing that's a little bit of a bad side. What I also didn't like is that we knew the police officers. Yeah, the police officers, they would always come by and of course do their work, but they would know that we would not cause any trouble. They would come by, they would just write down all our names, who was there that evening. If something happens, they have our names. But pretty much they always knew already, and still they always ask for our ID and whatever, but they knew our names even. Look, I'm born in Amsterdam, but I've been raised pretty much my, teenage years into, no, my 20 years. I've been raised in like teen 20, what is it called, whatever. Like up from 15 up to 25, I've been raised in like a smaller community with a lot of villages and a lot of like rivalry from village to village, that kind of stuff. It was cool though. It was also very frightening. Another story, we would go, because we're such a good big group of friends, we were also very like intimidating maybe. So we used to go to, actually we split up a little bit because we were going to the other side of the hill. That's what we say it, like to the other side of the hill.
What hill? You don't have hills.
It's a hill, the three hill hill.
Poland is more flat than flat.
Ilona, you've been there. Okay. Don't try to make fun of me. It's hilly there. It's almost Germany.
Okay.
Anyway, and then we like drove over the hill towards the carnival on the other side of the hill. And it would go like into way middle in the night or something. And we were there at about 11 only, like not that late. Still a lot of families also on the carnival. And we would go there, and I was in a car with 3 other guys and a girl. And there were some other guys, but they all like found the parking lot and they split up a little bit, you know. And then I was there, then with the guys in my car, and we started walking over the carnival, and all of a sudden behind us there's like a group forming from the people from that village. And they're like, "Where are you from? What you come and do here, huh?" Like that. You didn't? I told you. Anyway, then before we knew, there were literally 100 guys and girls standing like around us, and then 3 guys came up walking up to us and saying like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Beek," because that was like the village in between of the 2 cities there, and I did not have any problems with both of them. And all of a sudden Harry, who's standing next to me, like, "Yeah, I'm from Sint-Bernard," and a little bit in a strange weird way or something. And then we see our friends like also standing behind those 100 people. And they say like, "It's better for you to go away from here." I'm like, "Whoa, why? We can just come here as well, right? It's another village. It's another carnival. We just want to have fun." And then we walked away because they came after us. And then someone threw a beer bottle all the way from that group towards us. And then all our friends also joined us. And then we were again a group of 10. And it got very fast, very scary somehow. Out of like emergency, we went into a restaurant that is very nice actually. I didn't have any money on me, but I felt very bad at that moment as well. So we ordered every one of us, we just sat down in there to be a little bit like safe. Because there's no way that 100 people are going into a restaurant bar, right? And we went in there and we had a nice drink. We ordered the beer, and outside we just saw all the time like guys passing, looking inside. All of a sudden 3 other guys also came in, sat down on a table right far away in the corner. They were keeping an eye on us all the time. Like we didn't do anything.
Sounds like you were remembering that.
No, not at all. We just friend group, you know. That's how the rivalry was between like those 2 villages. And then actually the girlfriend of Douwe at that time, she came into the bar because we had like phone contact with our friends that were still outside that did not get into trouble. And she came inside to get the car key from one of the guys that we had inside. She dropped off the car in front of the restaurant bar because it was quite far away. And then us 5 with that girl She said, I'm right now in front. I'm sitting on the extra driver's seat, or next to the driver's seat. And we're like, okay, we're going to pay now and we're going to go into the car. And we had to run to the car because they were from everywhere. The news went like this when they found out that we were going to leave. And really, Harry is like the redneck of the group, you know? He was a big guy, and he already was once in prison for like assaulting someone. A little bit of a whatever, but he was fun to hang out with, and it was a very good friend also. That was the thing. And he wouldn't hurt a fly usually, but someone stole someone else's wallet and he came up for that, and then he punched someone too hard. That's the story. Anyway, long story short, we all get into the car with 6 people, and we like cramped up like this, and he, like a redneck, turns on his car. Every time when he turns on his car, he had like an MP3 player in his like cheap audio cassette thing, you know, and then he had the MP3 player thing in there, and always when he starts his car, it starts playing one song, always the same song. It was Spider-Bait's Black Betty. So that's like, Black Betty, dang-a-lang, Black Betty, dang-a-lang, Black Betty, a child, and then the Spider-Bait version. So there was every time, it was like a freaking movie. We took off. We called the police before that because we said like we're being threatened, we're being stalked. And while we took off, there were people running from around the church on the field. They were running towards the road, throwing bottles. The car got hit twice actually, and there was still a big dent in his Volkswagen Golf diesel, and then like a big smoke cloud always when he drove off. And then we waited like just outside of the village, and we hit the car a little bit because we were like, we're not driving back to our village right now because for sure we're going to meet some other people. We called the police, we waited for police, and all of a sudden there was like 3-4 police cars coming, and we thought it was for us. And we're like, yeah, we're here to the police, you know? And then the police car stops, one of them actually, because the other ones just passed by, and he's like, when he listens to us, what we are saying, he's like, yeah, we didn't come for you guys. Our colleague is in emergency. Seems that there was like an entire like group of guys already making a lot of trouble on the carnival at that moment from that village, like the people that you don't want to meet in the evening, you know? That kind of people were already on the carnival at that time. And when they found out that we were hanging out, they thought there was going to be a fight. So more and more people of the group joined at that moment. And a police officer tried to get that group out of each other and say like, guys, come on, just continue, stuff like that. And he actually got threatened, the police officer. So the police officer hit his button on his smartphone.
I was always wondering how they did it and they call for support.
Yeah, this is the emergency button, and it pushes all the other things aside, and then they can scream, I'm in trouble here in the Dam at the carnival. And that was where the police officers were heading to, because they were going to help their colleague. They didn't come for some guys that almost thought they got in trouble. That was one of the awesomest evenings. In the end, nothing really happened. Okay, his car got busted up, and we did go to the police station the next day because we found out who it actually was also that threatened us in the first place. And the 3 guys that were inside, and the guys who threw the bottles in the first place. It was a strange evening, but that's the kind of stories that we used to have actually.
Okay, that's the kind of stories you will never hear from somebody in Greece. Unless you live in some kind of weird place where your body.
It depends on who your friends are. That's also why the funny thing is also because that kind of thing sometimes can be frightening to other people, but you feel very safe as a person like that in a group like that yourself. You understand? Like when I go out, when we went out to the discotheque in Varsenveld, it's also another farmers area where right now that Black Cross is. Or the crosser, Zwarte Cross, whatever. We always went there, and I told you like the other day that when we went there to the club, we would have a lot of fun with the guys, dance, drink, no trouble. Really, we did not come to make trouble. 4 cars, and I'm fully stacked with guys and girls. But then there were also people that were actually looking for a little bit of trouble in those kind of places. But the fun thing was that there was this smokers area, and pretty much the entire group smoked, and the people who didn't, they would always join us if we would sit like back and relax and have a cigarette. And the entire area was full of chairs and couches. And everybody had his own spot or was like sitting on each other's lap, and there was one guy who was sitting with like his feet on another chair and just laid back, like chilling. And then Bram, he was another good friend of mine. I have not spoken to him like in 3 years. He's got 2 kids now, by the way. Life changes, you know. He's like, dude, can I sit here? And he's like, no. Okay, whatever. Why? But the guy was really drunk also. So Bram is like, yeah, whatever. And he pulls back the chair from under his feet, and he's like, yeah, it's a chair. I can sit, right? And he sits on the chair. It was a dick move of both of them, of course. But then the guy that was like sitting as an ass, he stands up and he's like, what, you want to get in trouble? You want to get in trouble? With his drunken head. And then you see in the back like 3 other boys, our friends, they stand up like, what, just take it easy, sit down. And one of our friends, he's like 2 meter, Tim, long Tim, I told you about him as well. The truck driver. Long Tim, truck driver, over 2 meters, 2 meter 10 I believe actually is, or 2 meter 6. And then like a tall guy, he just stands up. If I were you, I would take it easy. Yeah, that was so cool to see. And the guy just like, okay, no problem, just sit down. That's the kind of like fear that you give to other people, but we never got into trouble. We never wanted to fight. Every time when people tried to get into a fight or something with the group, we would always say like, take it easy, boy, take it easy, no reason to fight. And that's what I liked about our group.
It's weird that they end up with you.
Why? With a troublemaker like me?
Yeah.
I was the troublemaker a lot of times in the group because I was the one that always was drinking and then got a little bit too loose. We also had Sebastian, who would really get loose. Did I tell you another story? Because it's all like youth stories, like I said. Let me know, by the way, if you've ever like experienced something. We're talking about the Netherlands right now, not the Greece.
You were a bully.
No, I wasn't a bully. I wasn't a bully, not at all.
Right.
Actually, I've been bullied. In like first year of high school, second as well,
Yeah,
until I found out that I was a skater boy at that moment, and I got a little bit of a more character to myself. That time is even worse, I guess. I didn't drink before I was 16. I was way more into rascal things by breaking stuff and setting fire to stuff than I am.
Yeah, I was also doing that. They broke up the toilet doors of the school.
You broke the toilet? I burned down half a school. Something else. Let me take a sip before I tell you that story.
No, what I was doing at school was with friends. We were just living.
And then hanging on the doors.
No. I kicked them because I had karate lessons. So.
What, you wanted to show off?
No, I was angry. I actually broke up.
You broke up with the boy, okay.
Yeah, and I kicked one door, and then there were the smoker guys. They were like, oh, that's cool, do it to the rest as well. And they kicked down all the doors and I broke them. It was nothing special, it was just an MDF door.
Now my story was more of a mistake instead of like on purpose.
I have nothing made by mistake.
I grew up when I was 16 and a little younger. I grew up in the time where Jackass was a big thing in America, and in the Netherlands it was growing. Jackass with Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville. I was into that stuff, really. Me and my friends were making our own homemade videos, and it was edited and everything on a VHS, on a videotape. And I still think that later we burned it on a DVD, and Vincent must have it somewhere. I still want that DVD. I'm going to go after that DVD. Anyway, long story short, we'd like go onto, we had fireworks. It was towards New Year's Eve. And then you can buy fireworks in the Netherlands for about a week or something. And also after that, you could like still light it for 2 or 3 days. And it was a primary school, and those places are open. You know, you can play around there. You can like skate a little bit if you want to, unless you're starting to break stuff, of course, then people can send you away. But there was a little house, a little brick like building, very small, and it was a little bit loose from the school, and it was holiday time, so nobody was at the school, we thought. And it was this brick building, brick wall, and then a little space, and above that there was a little roof, and it was very cool. You have those flowers, fireworks, you call them flowers, and when you light them up, they do like, they spin up very fast, and they just make some nice lights. And when you throw them in between there, it looks awesome. And we thought that was a bicycle place. Bikes don't burn up that fast. We didn't know it was the garbage place. So where they store all the old paper from the school, all the old garbage bags, all that stuff. We heard far, far away. We didn't notice anything. We had the wind in our backs. We heard far, far away. We heard the fire department coming closer and closer and closer. And I walked to the back of that thing, and there was smoke coming up. There was so much smoke. It was the next day in the newspaper as well. And we ran off. Down the train tracks, we ran off in the middle of like the city.
Nice. Now we have proof.
No, because I'll tell you the entire story. Fun fact was that we went to that primary school, and we didn't know that there were teachers in there. And the teachers actually called the fire department because they saw smoke. They didn't see us yet. They saw smoke in the back. So they said, like, hey, around the school, there's smoke right now. There's probably fire. And then when we ran off, that moment, they spotted this group of 4 boys, 15 and younger. And they, 15 and younger, 16 and younger. And they spotted us while we were running away. So after maybe an hour or something, because we got off, we were off very fast. If you go over train tracks, follow a different route, police will not find you anymore. 1 hour later, I'm sitting at a friend's house again, because we like split up, everybody went home. This was like heavy for us at that time. 5 guys, now I remember, 5 guys, and I got off good. We went home, and I was sitting still at Vincent's place. And all of a sudden, the phone rang at Vincent's place, and one of the guys that we were before with, he calls us. He's like, "Yo, guys, where are you at?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're at Vincent's place." Okay, we have a meeting in about 2 hours at the police station. If we don't go, they know our names. If we don't go, we will be picked up. And I'm like, "Holy shit! I have to be home in half an hour. How am I going to explain to my parents that I have gone?" I'm like calling my parents. Can I stay a little bit longer? They didn't know about nothing yet. They kept us in the police station for 5 hours, and my parents did not know anything until I called them. I had to ask the police officer, because we had to go there and explain the entire story. We were not arrested. Actually, we were arrested at that moment. Yeah, we got arrested for that. So it's not to be cool or something. These are like young rascal stories. No, well, at that time we thought it was cool because it's the biggest story you can tell. It's cool. Oh, I got arrested yesterday. It was so cool, and I got off good. The other 4 guys, they had to do a little bit of working, like community work. They had to do community work because I said I didn't do anything. Because I didn't also carry any fireworks. I might have thrown 1 or 2, but I just kept saying I didn't do anything. And I was lucky actually that my friends all said, "Yeah, I didn't see Maarten throw any fireworks." Because we had to say it of each other. I'm like, I don't know.
You let your friends.
No, I didn't leave. I did not.
Themselves.
Everybody had to talk for himself. They were interviewed. We were interviewed one by one. We were not even sitting in a cell. We were just sitting in like the waiting area that you have for like in a police station. The police station was closed at that time. It was so stupid. And then the most painful moment is when I called my parents. I'm like, "Hey, can you pick me up?" "Yeah, where are you?" "Well, at the police station." You don't want to know. Ilona knows my parents, and you'll maybe in the future as well for the vlog. But holy, I got grounded so bad.
Yeah, if I was your mom, we would be dead now.
I was almost dead. I almost died.
Well, good.
Cheers. Those kind of stories were for my nostalgic youth, whatever. And those kind of stories like popped up when I got this bottle of Yeltsin Paige vodka. And that's also why I don't understand now that I'm 30, that I have fear to like vlog sometimes, where it feels a little bit strange to, I don't know. I miss that young me a little bit, a little bit of craziness that has.
No.
What?
No, nothing.
A little bit. No. I'm not saying criminal.
No.
I'm not criminal.
The only thing that we were doing, and it was supposed to be bad, is that we were leaving from school. We had steaks and all kinds of things in our backpacks instead of food, instead of books. And we're going up to the mountain and we're grilling and chatting. Yeah,
okay, we did that as well. But I never skipped school. No, actually, I did skip school. I got arrested in 9th grade for smoking marijuana in front of the high school with my friends. The janitor. I know, because I believe you're from California. As long as I like check out sometimes the analytics where everybody's from, and from the United States, the most views come from like California, and well, it's legal. And in the Netherlands, it's not even legal yet. It was like this period where they changed it and everything, but it was very easy to get. You could go to a coffee shop, or if you knew someone that could get it. And at my high school, they actually the janitor was the guy that was like, yeah man, I can smoke something. And he would be always, when you were smoking in front of the school, the high school, because I was smoking then as well. I've been smoking since I was 12. Not marijuana. All my friends smoked marijuana. I tried it, of course, but I think my parents also know that I tried it. They actually think that I tried it when I was coming home sick one day, but that was because I smoked pipe tobacco instead of cigarette tobacco. I got sick from smoking pipe tobacco. I rolled pipe tobacco. We found tobacco on the floor. Idiot. And then Dawa and I were like rolling it, and we got so sick. That was really nasty. I was 14 or something, 15. Oh, that's how long I know Dawa already, by the way. I know Dawa over 15 years, definitely.
I don't like smoking. I've never tried marijuana.
No, but you tried smoking.
Yeah.
And you didn't like it.
4 times.
But marijuana, we did smoke it, and there was always a bench that was just outside of the high school, and the janitor knew, and he would come by and he would be very chill about it, like, guys, not allowed, dude. This is too close to school. If you want to smoke it somewhere, go smoke it in the forest. You know, just behind the school also there's a forest. Then sit on the bench there and chill a little bit. Yeah. We also would go into that forest with BB guns, because BB guns or airsoft is it's forbidden to take outside in public. And some friends of mine also had BB guns, and I would love to go to the forest. We were shooting those things, and then sometimes it turned out a little bit like butt shooting, you know. Then I came home with like 5 this pin needle BB guns, BBs in my butt. Ah, good old time. Here, if you come to Greece, people shoot real guns, so it's different. I'm afraid of guns. I'm not afraid. I have a fear of other people holding guns, because I know I can go with them from the military police. I know how to handle them, and I know how to like handle them with care, not put your finger on the trigger, always put it on the safe, that kind of stuff. But here they walk with a shotgun over their freaking shoulder when they're hunting for hogs. And sometimes not even like open shotguns, no, closed shotguns, cocked and everything. Cocked, yeah, and then you drive by and then they blow up their 12 gauge, you know, go. Anyway. BB guns, also fishing, camping, etc. Yeah, of course. But
yeah, camping and fishing, yeah.
That's what we did later. When we got a little bit older, we went for camping, also with friends. That's the time that I actually left also, because that's the age that they are in right now. Sometimes they all gather up and then they grab some tents and they go to a forest in Belgium, shit down a hill, like Bart did. They were fishing and they want to grill the fish, like forel fishing. Mm-hmm. And Bart like grilled it and caught it, and Dow also, and they me that time also, and they got so sick that there's still pictures going around of Bart like sitting on a rock from like in the Ardennes or whatever in Belgium, and he was like shitting down a hill from diarrhea. Oh, so nasty. Those kind of guys. You've seen Bart's house, how he is. Best guy though.
We were driving all the way up the mountain and sailing, and it's very high. And we're driving to the blind spot, but there are no lights around, and the nearest village is about 20 kilometers. So for 20 kilometers about, to drive in completely blackness. There is nothing. And when we would lay with friends, we would lay on the grass, and in August we had here when the stars are falling. And it's very, very visible. And it was so beautiful.
We should watch this year as well. We should arrange a good camera and watch it in August.
Yeah, but you don't have a spot like that here.
In Peter, no. Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll see about that anyway.
And when we're driving up, because there were no lights, it was also the time that the fireflies, how do you think that?
Fireflies,
yeah. Yeah. They were having babies,
yeah.
sex, whatever.
They were multiplying.
So, yeah. So we would drive, and it was like driving through fairy tale castles or stuff, because there were trees like making a tunnel, and then you would drive by bikes, and you would see all these green lights everywhere. It was like magical. It was very beautiful. That's kind of memories I have.
I used to, well, actually, I also used to sneak out. I had a friend, and she was a little bit, I don't know if it's a friend. I like to visit people that are different. I always had an attraction for people that are different and make my life fun somehow, that were strange, that were not basic. And I don't talk to those people anymore, though. However, sorry, Dawa, Mark, if you watch this, a little bit strange is okay, right? And that's also what I am, probably. Everybody's a little bit strange. A little bit strange is good. If you're normal, you're boring, in my opinion. And what is normal, right? But I used to sneak out. I was a fortunate teenager, I can pretty much say. My parents rebuilt a big warehouse. What are you looking at?
Nothing.
My parents rebuilt a big warehouse, or like updated a big warehouse from the just after the Second World War. That's when it was built. And my parents made it into a big house with 5 bedrooms, actually, and we didn't even do the basement yet. And we had a 12 by 15 meter living room upstairs with like an upper area with TVs. And I was the only one who had a back door, because behind the house, behind the warehouse, there used to be a big barn attached to it. And it had a door going through there from the warehouse into the barn. And that area was my bedroom. So I got my own outside door in my bedroom, with like a little veranda always, and I used to secretly smoke cigarettes there. Well, not secretly, because I guess my parents always have known that I was smoking then, because I also didn't get my driving license from them. Long story short, I used to sneak out, and there, especially in summer, I always used to visit an old friend of mine, Natasha, and she, I don't know where she ended up, but she was smoking a lot, and her mom was always drinking and on well, smoking marijuana, and they were really like socially like a lower class. That's how they call it in the Netherlands. And they had 5 dogs, and there was shit in the house. It was very bad. And yeah, there was shit in the house from the dogs. And they were like, her mom was like so tired, something. They were really sick. Her hair fell out. She was always being bullied in school. It was like the bad kind of people that you usually, I don't know, they call it trailer trash, I think, in other countries. A little bit like that. Their house burned down twice because the girl was very nice. She was very friendly. The hygiene was super low and everything. And Dawa also came over, but they were so socially friendly, especially she. She was like, "Oh, you want to come over?" We were like her only friends, maybe also, and that makes you feel sometimes a little bit bad, you know, when you're the only friend. And when we would come over there, and then we also went to the camping spot once together with Dawa, and we chilled in the tent there, and we had a very cool evening. We also watched the stars at that place, and we could do whatever we wanted there, and that was a cool thing, because my parents were very much like, you have to be at school tomorrow, so be back at like 10 o'clock, you know. Well, I was almost 6, no, I was then 14, and I thought like, yeah, but it's just inside in the same village, right? So I was a little bit like, my borders were so close, in my opinion, sometimes, that I wanted to go out more. And well, my parents didn't raise me as a very good boy, as far as I know.
I never had borders that you come back home.
Exactly, that's the difference.
But I was always home at 12 o'clock, and if I was delayed, I would call my mom.
No, I would go on until I like got tired and I wanted to go home. I don't have limits a lot of time. It took very long for me to know my border. Donald wrote, my friends were a little strange also. Native American boys, they smoked, drank, etc. Yeah, well, we don't have Native Americans, of course, here in Europe, but I understand a little bit what you mean. I watch Vice a lot. So, and then also, it depends on what kind of like group you have around you. Because people always say like your family built you, you grow up or you get raised by family. But I think after 12 years old, you definitely get raised by friends more, by your surroundings, not just family.
Yeah, but you also have to be, your parents have to supply you with a strong build.
Yeah, a good basic, of course.
Yes, because it's...
You still get like punished from your parents if you do something wrong, what you did with your friends. What happened to me also a lot of times. It is raining outside, by the way. It's very nice. It gives a little breeze inside. Today was 27 degrees. It was not that bad, but it's going to rain. They're expecting like a storm or whatever. The bitrate drops when you move it.
It was a nice day though. And the cycle was nice.
I was with friends that really made me live a lot of times. We used to like push each other very much. Maybe I was a pusher, but they were also very pushy. Like, come on guys, let's do that, you know? And that was good. That was a very good thing because it also helped me like later to like push each other. Like, come on, oh really, you got it? Like, whoa, whoa, yeah. Like a little bit like cockfighting, somehow we call it. Like guys versus guys. It was very much like that, but it really got me some places as well. I mean, that big event, that the Black Cross, Zwarte Cross, okay, it's a big event, festival right now, but it used to be a lot smaller. What the hell is this? Like, I have no idea what it is, but it's on my finger right now. What is it?
No,
nothing right. But never mind. So this festival was always 30 euros of like entry, because there were big artists also attending. No, it's not from that. I don't know what it is.
It is a piece of plastic.
Yeah, probably from the bottle. Oh, flashy light. That means that maybe internet can like give out. But this festival entrance 30 euros, and then we. I'm talking about these guys also, right? I mean, these
Not
guys,
me.
not Ilona. Ilona is okay. Never mind. Go. Whatever. Sorry. So the event was about 30 euros, and back then there was still security, very strong security, and the entire area was like caged off with gates and fences everywhere, and it was very hard to climb over them. But if you were smart enough and you could like dig a little, and you were not that fat, you would throw over your backpack and your jacket, because otherwise you would get stuck. They could go underneath it, but it took so long that you would have to be really sure to not have a security guard in the area. And we would like walk around the perimeter, and we're talking about like a kilometer or 5 or something. That's the entire perimeter. And we would walk around to find a spot, and there were always security guys like looking over the fence and following us, and they can follow you for the next 500 meters to check if you're not going over it, because there were almost every 200 meters there was a security guard. And now it's pretty much impossible as far as I know, but back then we would like split up. One guy would go all the way to the left, and he would like throw over his bag, and it would like be very difficult trying to get over the fence, you know. So the guides and the guards and the security and everything would look that direction. Meanwhile, we throw our stuff over, and all guys at one moment go underneath the fence on that side. There was always one guy that like had to go from the entrance. He tried later also to get underneath, but it was very difficult. But just because they were distracted at that moment, we could get past the security. We've done it once. The second time we got caught. And when you get caught, they're extra aware, of course. And then it's like pretty much impossible. Then I went a couple of other times to the festival, and I paid entrance because I was working then. But yeah, those were the kind of days, you know. Now, big artists, Red Hot Chili Peppers, those kind of bands go there as well. Rammstein went there, whatever. Big artists. They attend there, they sing, it's one big fest. Kings of Leon went there. Actually, that's a Dutch band, no, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, that's also a good memory. Ilona, did you have wild girlfriends that got into trouble? That got you into trouble?
I was a wild girl. I was no. Now that I hear this, I was not wild.
You're not wild. You're a brave girl.
I was always saying that I was a wild girl.
I told you about my stories with Maarten.
Yeah, with Maarten, not this story.
Especially with Jelle, like the guys before that from high school or college, actually, not high school. Nope.
The only times that I was getting into trouble is to defend my brother or defend my friends or things like that.
Ilona is acting like she's a very brave girl, but Ilona calls her brother to let her brother know that the police is downtown, because her brother is like a little bit of a bad boy.
Yeah.
Her brother drives around without a driving license, but she's the good sister and tells, hey bro, police is down in town, so you should check it out if you're not driving downtown there.
So.
And tell a story about your brother, for example, when he got stopped without a license.
My brother is driving a car since he was 8 years old.
Ilona is a fighter, yeah.
So my brother is driving a car since he was 8 years. I would say 8 o'clock all the time.
No, 8 years old. Since he was 8, he had his first like driving experience.
Yeah. So when he got like 16 or 17, because he looked older than he is, and he's also
he's the same length as me almost. So yeah, same height. Sorry, but that's since 16 years old.
Yeah.
Also 180 something.
Well, yeah. And he's a big, not fat, but he's a big boy.
Chubby.
Yeah, well, you can say chubby. He's big. And black hair, mustache, and all kind of things. So he looks grown up.
He can be like a full Taliban guy within a day if he doesn't shave.
Yeah. And he's always by car, and he's kind of guy that is like, what do you want? You have a problem? Come, we're going to solve it together. He's in that way. But he's very nice. So one day he got stopped by police, 16 years old. In Greece, you can get a driving license when you are 19 or older. So they
18.
18. Yes, 18, sorry. But he was 16, anyway. So his car had no insurance, he had no sale.
No, like the annual check.
Yeah.
It's his uncle's car.
Who lives in Germany, so he uses his car. And he had no paperwork at all. And no driving license. And also he did not have his ID with him. So
ID as an identity card. He did have an ID.
Okay. So the police stopped him and they're like, hey, can I see your papers? He's like, I don't have papers. Okay, can I see your driving license? I don't have a driving license. I'm 16 years old, sorry. Okay, you don't have not even a little bit of driving license.
So he asked the police officer, dude, how can I have a little bit of driving license? Really, and we know like how he can say it, but he would really be like,
And then the policeman is like, okay, do you have an ID with you? And he was like, no. How am I supposed to know who you are? Oh, my friend can tell you. Tell him, what's my name? Tell him. He's going to tell you. Oh, yeah. And then his friend is telling him he's Ghanese, for example. And the police is like, yeah, but, okay, I don't know that. And then my brother asked him, what's your name? The policeman tells it, and he's like, yeah, but how should I know that? But it's kind of...
It was a little bit of like, yeah, why are you asking me these questions? He's a very smart guy. He's very easy with the chat, you know? He's a real Greek, and he can be like very much like, yeah, but why, blah, blah, blah. I don't have that in English nor in Greek. Not even in Dutch. I would not even speak up to a Dutch police officer. I would just be like, sorry, yes, I know I'm wrong, because that way you get rid of your ticket.
No, he's very polite, but he's also trying to outsmart them, and he goes like all the ways around. Like an alien.
Yeah, but he got that from your dad.
Yeah.
Because then he calls his dad, for example, Dad, can you bring over my ID card? And his dad is like, no. I'm like, why? You figured out how you're gonna get it yourself, you know? Like to the police officer. But to the police officer, he said he also got the police officer on the line one time for your brother. Yeah. And then he said something like that, like, yeah, I'm not gonna, whatever, just let it go, dude. Don't be a dick about it.
But then the police wanted to check the back of the car, how do you say, the trailer?
Yeah, the trunk.
The trunk. And the car is a bit older, so you have to open it from the inside the car.
It's a Mazda 323.
No, it's a Toyota Corolla.
Oh yeah, no, your grandpa drives a Mazda. No.
That's also Toyota.
No, he did drive a Mazda 323, right? No. Toyota Corolla, okay.
So the guy walks back and he's like trying to check out the car, how to open it and everything. And my brother just sits inside and laughing. And then he had to walk in and ask us, oh, I'm sorry, I did not understand. You wanted me to open it? Oh, I'm so sorry. But he just got away from it. It was funny when he was telling the story. It was nice.
I will text my buddies right now. I'll text Mark and Dowell because they're having their weekend as well. And they're playing Ark, what's it called? They're playing games all the time, or Diablo 3. That was girlfriend Emma, who's also been here. You'll see her in the pictures and in the vlog. She's right now in, where was she again? Budapest?
Yep.
On holiday. So that means that Mark, because he's single, and Dawa, they both have their own house. So now they are together all the time playing video games after work or whatever. Just like old days, but a little bit of a smaller group, you know? Also, with Dawa, I'll tell you that as well later. But so they're playing video games right now. So I'll text them and ask them actually what is their like strangest story about me. Like, yeah, they can join as well, but.
I was fighting always when somebody would tease my brother because I'm 7 years older than my brother. So if somebody would do something to him, they would be really in trouble. I would stand up for him. Also, once a guy was asking money for my brother because he drew something on the wall.
Graffiti.
Yeah, not the graffiti. He just wrote the Ganesh or something.
Ah.
Just something, just a couple of black stripes. And he was asking money all the time.
Windy outside.
Yeah. He really was working with a black eye for me.
I also got a black eye, but for a stupid reason.
Not from me.
Not from Ilona, no.
Not yet.
I got once in my life, I got a black eye, and it was from a friend actually, and I really hate that guy because I can still see. If I'm like looking straight to you with a relaxed face in the camera, or at myself, I can see right now that this eyelid is like dropped a little bit lower. And that's because probably when I got punched that time, here my entire muscle tissue probably got ripped a little bit, and that never like really grew back normally. So that's also why in pictures my face is somehow like, I don't know, like I had a TIA or something or whatever. Have you never noticed it? It's a little bit, yeah. But if you look in the mirror like I do every day, you notice it. And it was just because, again, at a carnival in the Netherlands, in the big city of Doetinchem, we were at the carnival. I was also again 16 years old, 17 maybe. I don't remember exactly who were with us, but we were with a couple of guys there. We're having a good time in the middle of the day or getting towards the evening. And one of the guys, he was like really getting tipsy and he was drinking all the time. And I was sober, but I was a little bit annoying. And Ilona knows how I can be annoying. And he was having sugar, what's it called again? Like on a stick, and you have like a, Donald, help me out here. They're the sticks with like the blown up candy sugar on top of it that's like swirled around it in some powder kind of form. In Dutch we call it suikerspin, sugar spider. Oh, please help us out, Donald.
Yeah, whatever, that thing.
So I tried to arc walking with dino pixie sticks. No, not like that. It has nothing to do with art. The thing, no, the how's it called? I cannot have it. Wait, we'll look it up. I cannot talk right now.
I'll look it up. It is wait. Where is
we're like we pixie, yeah, you call them pixie sticks, but I have a different word in my English vocabulary. Cotton candy, that's the one. Or what else?
Candy floss.
Candy floss, yeah, cotton candy or candy floss. That's the word that I know at least about it. Whew. Okay, that thing. Anyway, he bought with his drunk head. He bought the big one. Yeah, I will. I'm reading your tweets about Flat Earth.
It is an interesting theory, though.
It is an interesting theory, but
sorry.
The thing is that I grabbed a little bit from his cotton candy, and I just picked up a little bit from his top, and somehow the entire thing flew off. And I'm like, oh, sorry, ha! Cotton candy. It flew off, the entire thing, and I was holding it in my hand, and I was laughing, ha ha. It was funny, in my opinion, but he was having a bad drunk. It might be flat, yeah, actually. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do this again. I don't mind. We can talk flat Earth in a while. Let me finish my story. I have ADD. I will forget the story. I'm proud of us that we found cotton candy. And the thing is that he got so frustrated about it. I'm like, dude, really, take it easy. Don't get like so upset. You're drunk. Woo, woo. And I probably said something wrong. I don't know, or he heard it wrong. And out of like he just pushed me. And I'm like, what? Why would you push me out of nowhere? Like, dude, what is your problem? I just push him like, dude, act normal. And the first thing he does is like, whoom. And he had it was like a very small, skinny boy, but somehow he really knocked me right here in my eye.
Size does not matter.
No, it were the tasso, yasu.
Hey.
And he really hit me with the knuckles here underneath the bone, and it was the next day all purple and then turned black, and I had for a week or something a black eye. And I never had a black eye in my life. And how do you explain it to your mom? Like, who did it? You know, well, Jasper. Well, Jasper, what the F did he do? And how? And so that's still why I'm a little bit limpy.
Again, somebody was teasing my brother. It was a guy, older again. And I also punched him, and he also had I think I broke his hand or something, or twisted, I don't remember. And I did that, and I ran home with my brother, and he's very quiet. And then my dad is like, why are you so quiet? What did you do? Nothing. Everything is fine. I was bored. Just come and sit. Nothing happened. Fine. After 5 minutes, again, not 5 minutes, after a while, the dad, the grandma, and the boy rings the doorbell of our house. And his dad is screaming to my dad, like, your daughter punched my son and she broke his hand and everything. And my dad was like, what? She broke your son's hand? Well, he's a boy. He could do the same to her or something, or push her or punch her. My dad is a bit like, if a girl hits a boy, well, he can always hit back.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's
stand
true.
up for yourself.
That's what my sisters also like. That's how my sisters also grew up with me.
Yeah, but he was laughing at that boy as well.
It's those stories. I love them because I know a lot of girls that were in high school and in college. They were always like, "Yeah, I'm a girl. Don't touch me. Like, don't annoy me or something." Blah blah. And there were some girls like, "Oh, what the hell do you want? You know, I'll punch your face." And those kind of girls, they had brothers.
Yeah, but my brother is younger, so I had to defend him.
Oh, yeah, okay, but that's what I mean. Okay, a little bit, flat Earth people out there in the universe, if there is a universe or whatever. I saw this like weird research thing that a Dutch kid made in school, did not believe it. Also, I have seen some facts about how can water not bend. That's not true. The surface of water is not always flat. Fill up your glass all the way to the edge. What does the tension of the water do? It bends. So again, I believe somehow in the flat Earth theory, and I do understand that it's strange, all the NASA bullshit all the time that you see come by, but how do you explain then the tension of the water when you fill up a glass to the edge? Because then it bends. Then the water is also round. Eh? Also, I saw a lot of pictures come by of flat places. And from an airplane, I did pretty much see curvature of the Earth. Even at like 3 kilometers high, you can pretty much like see it a little bit. So I don't understand it. I can show you pictures of my holidays and see that, like, if you put it in a Photoshop and you put a straight line along it, I'm definitely sure it's not the window that is bent. I think you also like understand what I'm talking about, right?
I do, but as I said many times, if I will not see it myself, I will not make an opinion.
Exactly. So now it's a little bit
I do understand the theory of flat Earth and everything, and I do understand the theory of not flat Earth, whatever you call that as well. But again, as long as it's
called round. Not flat Earth is round. It can also be egg-shaped otherwise. Like, why won't we call it? Why don't we do triangle? Because that's, in my opinion, also a theory. Because the Egyptians made their pyramids exactly in dimensions. If you divide it and do mathematical combinations exactly, then it's the entire like diameter of the Earth. Huh? And I'm like, and those kind of things, like the Egypt, they have had help with that because you have a couple of 300 tons boulders that you have laying around on top of each other. I saw a part of that it's made by slaves. the entire documentary that I watched about that, it's not about the fact that it's slaves. Yes, they might have been there might have been help with slaves, but the people that built the pyramids, they must have been real architects, because they are on the millimeter accurate. I've seen the live stream. I've seen a couple of conferences, and yes, I understand a lot of that's being told. They're facts or science and stuff like that. But it's two sciences fighting against each other. And that's a little bit, because also I have been taught, of course, that the roundest Earth, wow, that the Earth is round. That's the thing that is very hard to like move over to that other side where they think that the Earth is flat. Where, by the way, if I may, because I know that you want to say something, if I look to the people that are thinking of the fact that the Earth is round, they have a different appearance than the people that think the Earth is flat. And they, a lot of times, let me explain. I see a lot of doctors, this and that, and scientists, and people that really like have studied and discovered and all that kind of stuff, and aeronautical engineers. They all say that the Earth is round, and then people that have barely anything to do with any of those things say the Earth is flat, because they're or philosophers or they've studied something else. They're not like stupid. That's not what I'm saying, but they have things. They have studied things that do not have to do anything with the curvature of the Earth. And again, like I said, I read something about how can the water bend. Well, just like I said, fill up a glass and you'll see at the edges that it bends. What did you want to say?
I don't remember.
Oh, cheers on that.
No, it's interesting, but when you have two sides talking about one thing, and you by yourself, the only experiences that you have and the only information you have comes from these two sides, I don't think it's nice. No, I don't think it's correct to make an opinion based on only two sides.
Yeah, I want to see it for myself.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I would like to wait for Tesla to create nice flights up into the sky and not have high resolution televisions or whatever project around Earth.
Yeah, that's true. But then.
Yeah, but the Earth was known to be flat for thousands of years, is what Donald writes. The Earth has also been filled with people that were trading black people because they thought they were less. So, and that's from the same era, and we're also trying to get over that a little bit right now, or that women are less than men, equality, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's the same people that thought about that. They were taught that way also. Someone has told them that the Earth was flat because they didn't know better, except for the Egyptians, because the Egyptians knew at that time, way before like Columbus and all that kind of bullshit, way before that, they already knew that it did not have a flat shape. So I don't believe in a flat Earth, nor do I believe what NASA says, nor do I believe what other people all the time says. Shane. Finally, Shane. Finally, it all joined as well. Sorry, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna bring you? Ooh. That was the last week's live stream, by the way, about movies, Raul. I really do not want to argue with you two. Thank you. I don't mind arguments. Look, if a good discussion is
sharing opinions.
Sharing opinions. I'm not saying that some people are stupid. Well, actually, no. There was a lady last time that said on Facebook, on a video or whatever, there was a lady in the news, and she said, yes, people are stealing my jobs, and blah, 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 blah. And then the journalist asked, where did you read that? Which article? Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. How many blogs come by? How many vlogs, like people like I come by that like just like spread garbage all over the world? Oh, I'm just telling my own opinions, my own things that I see, my own stories, everything that I know for myself for a fact, and I don't spread out things out there for no reason. That's also why I tell you a lot of times, like when you say no, it's not like that, because you like saying that sometimes. Because we're both very much xerokiepa.
I'm very stubborn.
Both.
But I'm always right.
See, that's what I mean.
Just.
I don't mind a flat. I think that it's good to have flat earthers because no, I'm not saying that it's garbage. Exactly not. I think it's good that there are flat earthers because they have a different opinion and they dare to change the point of view. Yeah, exactly. It is stupid if everybody is looking to one direction because everybody. Oh, one direction. Woo! If everybody's looking into one direction, round the Earth, the Earth is round, the Earth is round, and they keep looking in that direction, they might miss anything that is going on in the back. So that's why I like flat earthers, because they also do their research, and that way you have two parties at least. That's why I like the two parties. But I also miss someone that is in the middle, like me. And yeah, I think that there is something more than just a round or a flat earth, because it's both very. Someone is telling you to think this.
Yeah, people should not accept what they've been told. They should look and open their mind. They should.
Shane, roll, take it easy. It could be. It could be round, it could be flat, it could be both.
As long as I did not see, no opinion made.
A lot of things for me are unexplained, and they make sense because I've been taught the round version. Now I'm also interested in what people say about the flat version. And I'm not a biologist. I am not someone that is someone that went into space or something. I'm not an astronaut.
You'll never have a progress unless you, how do you say, if you will not look and make research by yourself, you will never have progress. So
exactly.
You have to evolve. And to do that, you have to open your mind and look around and don't just accept.
It's the same. It's the same for people that say that alcohol is. Oh no, not alcohol, because alcohol in general is bad, but it does make people happier sometimes for a little moment. But it's highly addictive. Exactly. It may be a fifth-dimensional cube, something like that.
Whatever you want.
That's exactly also. That's why we are talking 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, whatever. I feel, I notice, I sense. Maybe I'm actually more interested in that theory then, probably. But still, if it was a cube, then you would still have like part. Anyway, gravity, weird thing. Where was I? Crap! Oh, you messed up my mind, Donald. Sorry. That one is strange. Well, maybe there. It makes sense. In my opinion, it could also be a rectangle. Rectangle, not red. Rectangle. A triangle.
No.
But round is also measurable. That's why we have pi. The Greeks came up with it on the flat Earth channel. I know, I've watched the flat Earth channels, and it's fun to listen actually to it.
It is interesting. Everything is interesting as long as it has.
Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted to say. So to step away for 1 second from flat Earth, another discussion that is going on is THC. Because we're talking, maybe it's a big shushly. That's very good possible. Would have to do triangle, whatever. My dad, hi. My dad would say everybody that thinks that the Earth is flat is crazy, probably. I know my dad, but that's fine as well. Exactly. It might be. It could be anything, but I don't know. I want to see it with my own eyes, and why not limit myself? I'm not going to limit myself with my thoughts. That's the thing more. The thing that I like also now discussion is, for example, THC, in which case it can help a lot of people, but that big, well, Roald, you agree with Mr. Evert then, because you're probably both Dutch, and Dutch are very like down to earth, literally. I am Dutch, but I have a Greek inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
What did I get? Oh, yeah, okay. THC. The drops, for example, people with anxieties. People are being stuffed full with all kinds of drugs, which can help them in some cases. And we've talked about that in the past also on live streams. But a lot of people are also helped with simple things as THC oils, and something that is still not like covered by insurance companies, because insurance companies are being paid by pharmaceutical companies that do not want to have THC as a drug, for example. They still think that it's for junkies that just want to smoke a little bit of marijuana, for example, or hash.
I think it's more because it's a cheap thing and it's easy to get access to.
It's it's a lot easier. It's not pharmaceutical they call it then, but they call it when it's from plants and all that kind of stuff. It's a Greek word.
Yes, it is. Not herbal, no.
If it's called Donald, you talk about Operation Argus. That was here in this area, Argo.
Yeah.
Argo. Because Argo was a boat that traveled from Volos all the way somewhere else. No, I always say that the Bible was written at the time that people thought the earth was flat. Now we're getting on a very sensitive flattener here because I don't want to step anybody on his toes, of course. But it is
God's son.
No, it is true. The Bible is written when the people thought that the earth was flat. Yeah.
And they were burning witches.
But it's also the time that the Bible is being forgotten in a lot of times.
Where?
No, the Bible is being forgotten in a lot of places as well. The Bible in the Netherlands, for example, is like Catholics, Christians, they're getting less, or they're getting super extreme, or they're getting like not interesting anymore.
Really?
Exactly, that's it. That's the thing. In America, some states, though not all of the states, but a lot of states, they are actually preparing a little bit like that.
Papa van Maarten.
Yeah, the dad of Maarten. We are on the same line, Papa van Maarten. Like I said, you're both Dutch, and I do agree, of course. But like I said, I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
It's good to be open-minded.
It's good, yeah, exactly. It's stupid to be narrow-minded. That's why I don't believe in the Bible, but I do not make a fool of people that do believe in the Bible, because in their way, for example, they believe. If people that believe in God, they believe in God because they think of it as a bigger thing. And that way they wrote a Bible about Jesus and the Son of God and everything. I don't believe in that thing. I believe in the thing that is maybe, I could call the good in people, I could call it God. I think that means the same. I believe the Bible, Jesus knew the earth was flat. Okay? Again, like I said, let's get back to the nostalgic youth stories, because Roald is also here, and he also is a young guy, and it's too bad that one of my subscribers, Puck, is not here, because Puck sent the other day in the comments underneath the vlogs, he said, sorry that I didn't watch your vlogs for a long time. I'm like, no problem, dude. Puck is about 13 years old, and his phone was taken away. And not by a teacher or something, by his parents. And I know those kind of stories. And yeah, so Puck, he was playing with his phone, probably in the evening, and I did that as well. My dad knows all about it. I used to take my dad's laptop and like secretly underneath the covers, check out the laptop. I used to eat from the fridge in the middle of the night. And one time actually, I was eating it from the fridge in the middle of the night. And then my dad, because my dad is just like me, a late sleeper. We both go to bed late in the evening. And I used to...
yeah, but your dad wakes up early.
My dad wakes up early. I can also wake up early if necessary, but don't talk to me. That's something that my dad and I do different, though. That I am grumpy in the morning if I don't eat anything. My dad is like, oh, I'm like, take it easy, dude.
When he's 5,
can I please finish the story?
Yeah, after I finish.
No.
When he's 5,
and so I was like snacking from the fridge at that moment. And I was standing around the corner, and then I hear my dad come downstairs, because we're at the living room upstairs at that moment. And I'm like in the kitchen, eating secretly from the fridge, like liver sausage. Heavenly, super good. And I would like cut off chunks, and I would take a bite of it. And then all of a sudden I hear my dad come downstairs. I'm like, oh shit, I'm so screwed right now. Or I am going to be very silent that he doesn't notice it, and he just goes straight to bed. And then I walk after him or whatever and go to bed as well. Or I just run right now. And it was, we met at the fridge. Exactly. The thing is, we met at the fridge. My dad walked into the kitchen, turns on the light. I'm like, I have to do something right now. Maybe I can make it up like I tried to scare my dad for fun. So I stand around the corner and I scare him. And the first thing that he does out of like a reflex is like, whoa! I scared the shit out of my dad, and he nearly punched me. And my dad is also nearly 2 meters, just so you know. And he's a big guy. And I was younger, so I ate it. I ate it at that moment. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. Albert Einstein. I don't know if it was Albert Einstein who said that, but yeah, but they say a lot of times like that person said it and that person said it, and it's not even true. So there are like 20,000 sayings of Roosevelt and Kennedy, and sometimes they just heard it somewhere and they put a name behind it. I don't know if it was Albert Einstein. So is everybody. I just didn't hit you. No, you just didn't. My dad just did not hit me. It was this close, like hair. It was like just around the corner, like, and then I just had to run for bed because he was pissed. They're like, "Oh, you're eating from the fridge again?" I'm like, no.
I'm just standing here.
I'm just standing here waiting for you to scare you. Yeah. So those are stories, and I still eat from the fridge sometimes. But so does Ilona. We match very much because we have the deal here. You don't drink from the milk jug. And then secretly, I hear very silently. I hear.
When the bottle is empty, yes.
No.
Yes.
No. And very silently, I hear that thing go open. I'm like, yeah, you can grab a glass if you want to. I don't mind, Dave. I don't mind.
It's just the two of us in the house.
Exactly, for now. But once we will have kids, we also have to teach them, like, don't drink from the jug.
Well, then you stop doing it.
Anyway.
But it's funny when his parents are here and we're having breakfast all together. I and his dad were very chatty in the morning, and he and his mom are very quiet, exactly the opposite.
I just need to wake up for a second.
You were sleeping all night long.
So?
You're out
I need to wake up.
Well, wash yourself and wake up. So me and his dad are always chatting and everything, and then you hear from him or his mom, oh dear God, just stop it. Enough of the two of you.
You never asked me why I was at the fridge. Why?
That's true. Well, where are you at the fridge?
I am sure, actually, my dad.
Wine.
Huh?
Wine.
No. Well, wine, yeah. Oh, my dad had to take a last glass of wine. I'll just have one. That's what my dad always told my mom. I'll just have one glass of wine. I'll go to bed, and then a bottle later. It's no. Just kidding. Love you, Dad.
Durek wants to join us. Durek, come. Nobody asked you.
Durek did not want to join us, but that's okay.
Who cares? He's gonna join us.
Also, fun story. I don't know if I ever told you, but Douwe was one time. Douwe was the kind of friend.
Stay.
Yeah, you were holding him. That's smart. So Douwe is the guy in the pink shirt, and he was a little bit more chubby when I met him. Pretty much like 20 kilos more chubby. But that actually didn't matter to me because I think he was pretty much bullied as well in school. I'm very sorry for that he didn't have that. I'm very sorry for that kind of stuff, that people are getting bullied sometimes. The thing is that Douwe was such a good friend of mine that he would come over without like unannounced he would come over to our place. And he was the kind of guy that just walks into your house. And we were living in that big warehouse house, and it had two front doors. One door was the official front door, and the other one was right next to it, but it was the kitchen door. And that one was pretty much always open. We always used that one when we were home. So Douwe was also like known about like, okay, when I'm there, I just walk in through that door. And the dogs knew him, so we had two dogs. And actually, Phalo was one of the dogs. Actually, bit someone that actually came on the property one time by bicycle. But Roald, Donald is a full flat earther. He believes really that the Earth is flat, and he really supports that also. But I wanted to get a little bit of that point again, because every time we have flat Earth, I don't mind it. I already said, but I want to continue a little bit of the theme of the live stream. Because I think it's funny. If it's not funny, just let me know in the comments. Or write me in the comments what your story is, Roald. I would like to know. Anyway, Douwe is then walking up to the porch that we had, or the veranda that it's called. And he walks in, and he's like, nobody's home. Two dogs here. It's very cool. There's nobody here. Maarten, whatever. All of a sudden, I'm being called on my cell phone by home. So I'm like thinking, how is that possible? My mom is right next to me here. I answer my cell phone, and it was like the old Siemens ones, like I don't know, C20 or something. No, not the flip, just like orange screen, black letters in the inside. And I answer it, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Maarten, where are you? I'm like, I'm sitting in the car next to my mom. Where are you? How did my dad's home already? No, nobody's home, but I just see you left the kitchen door open, so I just walked in. I'm like, really? That was the first time, actually, and the last time as well, that my parents left the door open. Nobody came in there. Nobody walked in. Only Douwe was the guy that like straight up walked in there. Man, I have many youth. Roald is writing, man, I have many youth stories, but way too long to type, and I don't know which one to choose. Well, just do like. Just write something that you're like, oh, that was a good time. Just in 3-4 words, and maybe I come up with something like that as well, that I remember then all of a sudden. Because you're a lot younger than I am. I mean, I'm 30 now. I'm an old guy.
Yep.
Like the card actually said. I got a gift from the guys, and it was written on the front of the card, not on this one, on the envelope. It was written Opa. Like grandpa, you know, and then they got a card in German also. I don't know why in German, but it's just cool because we always would like to say, lass es krachen, ja. And they also wrote inside the card, like here, a present that maybe makes you feel a little bit younger. Very cool.
That was nice. Let's stop destroying the carpet. Hey. He's 30.
Grandpa Maarten, exactly. Well, not yet, but because first you need to become Dad Maarten, Papa Maarten. Right? Right? I say.
We'll see. Yeah.
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 Meanwhile, bottle is finished, by the way. If you see it in the vlog, Jeltsin, we both did it. I just had 2 of these little glasses, and it's very slowly.
I had one glass yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Roald writes, Opa. It's also a Greek song.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Song, but
it's a Greek saying.
Yeah.
It's when people are joyful, they say like Opa. Or if something happens and you drop something, like Opa. You can also say it like that. It's just like, oops. Like you say it in Dutch, maybe. Oops. That's what you say in Dutch, pretty much. My feige liquor is done. I know, right? Oh, that was actually a Eurosong Festival song as well.
Yeah, with the grandpa singing.
No. The two guys. No. There was a Eurosong Festival song, Eurovision Song Festival song, and there were 4 guys, I believe, and they said that it was a Opa. The song. You don't know it? I cannot play it right now because I will have like the copyrights and everything, but I can show it by phone because they will not be that difficult about it. Douwe and Mark are not joining as far as I understand because they just said, like I said, they're playing games. And I don't understand anything, so I expect they're drinking. I just did a level 259 lightning wyvern egg. I stole it, and Mom Wyvern of level 233 was angry, and she stole my level 364 RG. And then when I run away, there was a giant coming to me, and he stole it. They're playing Ark. Just so you know, they're playing Ark. So no, sorry, nothing. And for you, you don't know that song? Opa. Opa. Opa.
No matter how many times you say that word in
Opa.
Way to say it, I still don't know it.
2010. Screw it.
Yeah, okay, I know it.
Jorgos, Archaeos, and Friends.
Yeah. Maybe guys. Yeah.
Okay. That's it pretty much. So that's Jorgos, Archaeos, and Friends. Archaeos, sorry. Jorgos, Archaeos. 2010.
Yeah.
Whoopa! Anyway, they say it in all kinds of songs, by the way, not just Eurovision song. In Greece, I also had good stories, but that was most of the times with Daniel, because I was coming here also since I was 17 on my own or 16, and then the stories with Daniel started and George.
You have one very good story about the.
I already told them. Yeah. It's 1.5 hours of live stream. We're gonna cut it a little shorter than usual. I've been trying to use a little program to do it cooler with like a little bit thing going on there and a little thing going on there, but I don't know how it works yet. And a broadcaster it's called, and I don't know how it's used yet. So I have to find that out first. But I can also show pictures and videos within the live stream. Rings of Power, where C.S. Lewis and Tolkien remake. Oh, probably a book. So yeah, good to hang out. I like it also to hang out always. I love that there are people coming over still and sharing opinions. Yeah, that's why I like the live streams. I like because it like jumps all over the place, and that's why I like our live streams. If you have to say anything about the vlogs lately, just let me know, because somehow I see like goes a little bit down. I don't do anything different. I've been a little bit more around the house though, but that will change again. It's okay at all times. Donald, you're making 0 sense to me. To some people, you also may not make any sense. I don't make any sense. I mean, I don't make any sense to Ilona a lot of times. Well,
I have been 24/7. No sense at all.
So yeah, that's it for today's stories. I'm definitely gonna walk around the city a little bit, also to talk about stories like Ilona said. I'm gonna name them again in the blog. Well, I want to go to Yusarada one of these days, or not these days, but in the future soon, or this summer at least. And then we'll go to Monk, and we'll go to Ayani, or there are different beaches. They're on the other side of Pelion, and they're a little bit busy for some people, but they're beautiful beaches, and I had great stories there. And Ilona didn't go there a lot of times, neither did I. So yeah, that's it for today.
Okay.
We're gonna have a wine. We're gonna have, by that, we can talk later if you want to. We'll call on Facebook or whatever.
You're gonna see us soon.
Are you two gonna marry? One day we will.
No.
You're lying.
No. Okay, I'll consider.
Okay. I want to, but to be honest,
I don't like you.
Marriage it's not always about marriage at all. Milan's reaction. It's not always about marriage. I know I love Ilona, and I think I love her. What's it, correct?
I'm not sure.
I consider, yeah. Bitch. As long as we're having fun, kids also are a very strong connection. Will they marry? One day that will be a vlog, maybe. Who knows? Will they marry? I don't know.
Marriage is just in paper. So we live together, we share the same roof and everything.
We share a life for almost 3 years already now, so
just expensive in my eyes.
Yeah, and a wedding is expensive. But if we do get married, we will always keep it a little bit small. We did talk about marriage, of course. That's the thing. We will probably only do family and like the closest friends.
If we'll ever get married, it will be like 10 people maximum.
And if I still vlog at that moment, and I hope I still vlog at that moment, of course, like in a couple of years, that I could like continue this. Can I please finish, because I know you want to say something? If that is going to happen, then I do definitely want to throw a big party and invite all the subscribers.
Yeah.
Like just throw a big subscriber party for the marriage or something. That would be cool. Yeah. That's a good idea, Donald. Practice, practice, practice. I thank you for watching this one. We hope to see you in the vlogs, of course. Leave comments down below right now or later or in the vlogs. We love to read the comments. Doesn't matter whatever you write. Just write whatever sometimes. Hit the like button and share. That's what Ilona also said in the One Take Sunday. Stag party. We'll have a vlog party. Everybody will be their cameras, and we collect all the footage together, and we'll make one big party vlog. We thank you for watching. We love you too. We hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
And the awkward moment.
And yeah, now the awkward moment where I cover up the camera and I do like bye.